said, the substitution made a massive difference. Odegaard coming on made everything click again.
Yeah. And Saliba as well, we saw come on. Right, I want you guys to grab the mic now because we talked about these subs in detail. Who was it who said Saliba? Oh wait, was it Gabriel at the back? Gabriel or Saliba, right? Okay, there you go. Grab the mic. So it wasn't quite Saliba, but you meant a starting centre-back is what you meant, right?
Either or. I wanted some stature at the back. I felt like dragging Timber out to one of the flanks would have solved a large problem because we were getting hell with Partey. But, I mean, Tierney had a good game as well. But we really could have done with a main man in the middle there and bringing on Saliba, allowing Timber to do his actual job instead of having to cover so many different positions, coming inside. He stayed out wide, looked after his man, and Saliba come on and just absolutely bossed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely bossed it.
Yeah. It was an incredible second half before. I think that was the Arsenal we're used to seeing. We're back to our old selves. For you, what was the most impressive thing about that second half?
Just the reaction. You know, we said at half time, we said we wanted to see, you know, a bit more desire, a bit more passion, and I think in the second half the boys have showed it. You know, they've you saw the reaction when Jesus scored. Everybody was just, you know, up for it and just all with him. And so yeah, no, that's all we wanted. We wanted more everywhere, all around the pitch, more, you know, intensity, more energy, more aggressivity, and then we got in the second half.
I mean, we'll speak about Saliba and Odegaard as well, but focusing on Gabriel Jesus, it's been a long time coming, and obviously we're all so happy for him. But you as well, when you were playing as a striker, when you go through those spells where you're not quite scoring the chances that you used to, and then for something like this to come along where you get a hat-trick, it's very emphatic. What does that do for your confidence going into the next few games?
Oh, it's huge, it's massive. You know, now it'll just be, finally I've scored again, I can relax, I can just get that out of my mind. Because when you don't score, it just eats you inside. That's all you keep thinking. You've got that little voice keep telling you in the dressing room before games, I haven't scored for ages, I need to score today. And then sometimes you just overthink it and it just doesn't happen. So after tonight, I'm sure he'll just get that out of his mind and then just get ready for the weekend now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And now going into the weekend as well, I mean, we've got Crystal Palace again in the league. You know what was quite nice? I don't know what you guys think, but we kind of ended the game with what would probably be close to our starting 11. Any differences you think we should make in terms of the starting 11 going forward for the weekend, like in terms of the team that finished the match here? Any thoughts? Go on, Bo. It's your time. It's your time, brother.
No, I think just start with what we finish with. Basically, here we know we're good enough to beat them, more than good enough. Whether it's away, Selhurst Park is a difficult place to go. They got their tails up in the Premier League. It's loud. You need a little bit more first teamers in there. You need to go there and be commanding. You need players to step up. So that team that pretty much ended it is, I'd imagine it'll be very close to the one that's going to start on Saturday. But I don't think they'll be worried after tonight, because that was a full strength Palace.
Yeah.
And I mean, they didn't create too much in the first half. Got a defensive error that led to their goal, so we won't be worried. Just turn up what we ended, go there on Saturday, take the 3 points, bring on Tottenham in the Carabao Cup final, and we'll do them and all.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we like.
Merry Christmas.
Exactly. The continuous Christmas the whole time. There we go. Also, I mean, Odegaard in the middle of the park, we know how much he makes us tick. But I feel like Saliba coming on, just freeing the rest of the defence as well. Like, here we are immediately becoming maybe a little bit more comfortable. As you said, like Timber can properly play his role as well. How important a figure do you feel like he is for this team?
He's huge. You know, we started the game with, you know, Timber as a centre-back. I know people say, yeah, he's played for Ajax. He plays right back, right? Yeah. You know, Pires is not a right back. So we've had players, Tierney hasn't played for so many months, years, whatever, he hasn't started a game for us. So you just think we started with a team or defence that not really a proper defence. Suddenly you've got the big man coming in, you've got Timbers going back as a right back, and then it's just the security at the back makes a massive difference. Yeah. And then because you've got that security, then you start playing with freedom, going forward with, you know, Odegaard, obviously the guys just see things before everybody else. So when you've got him on the pitch, you've just always got somebody that's just going to dictate the tempo and then find them little passes, and yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah. And suddenly those long balls just aren't aren't as much of a problem. You know, like first half we got undone obviously for the goal, but equally every single time there was a big ball launched, we kind of didn't look that comfortable. Suddenly Saliba comes on, everyone's relaxed. He's obviously mopping it up. I'd love to know as well, because after he came on, Mateta didn't last long. He just suddenly came off. When you were playing, were there any kind of defenders that you came up against where you just kind of thought like, oh, this is not going to be an easy day?
It's funny, we were talking about it, you know? Yeah. And there's two defenders for me that I was struggling every time. Vidic, Man United, and Ricardo Carvalho at Chelsea.
Okay, because they're very different centre-backs, right? You've got one obviously big, imposing, brute of a defender, and then you've got Carvalho a little bit more diminutive.
They were both like nasty defenders.
Okay.
Yeah, they were thinking about, well, I'll get the ball, but I'll get you first. Like, I just got kicked and stepped on and all sorts of things. You know, Vieira wasn't there at that time, so trust me, it was a different football game.
But then if that was happening, you could just call Dennis in. We know Dennis liked a little, elbows
Dennis
out.
Was clever. Yeah,
what about as well in training as well? Just 'cause obviously this is great insight into like legendary teams from our past that have obviously brought the club so much success. When it came to like training and matches and stuff like that, how was it playing against those centre backs as well? Because just legendary centre backs. You've got Sol Campbell, you've got big guys.
To be fair, I was ready because I used to get kicked by Sol and Martin Keown and Tony Adams and them guys in training anyway. The way you saw us play, it was the way we trained. There was no, it's training, let's take it easy. No, you used to get kicked in training as well.
And they're not going to say sorry afterwards as well. You know, they're not going to go, come on, get up.
Yeah, that's it. You just get up.
You've got to clean devil suitcase boots, mate. Exactly. So going forward, we've got Palace on the weekend, as we said, in the league, away, which is obviously a bit of a different element. How would you kind of change the way that you approach the game, or would you change it at all when it comes to, you know it's going to be a very similar team, and we probably going to start a similar team to the way we finished today, but how does it change when you're going away instead of you playing at home?
To be honest, it don't really change much. I think we concentrate on what we can do. We've just showed it tonight that we can beat them. So we'll go there with full of confidence. Now it's all about just recovery, getting ready for the weekend, and then you'll have players like Declan Rice, Gabriel that haven't played tonight, so they'll be 100% on form for the weekend. So there'll probably be a couple of changes compared to the team we finished, but. Yeah, and then now we've got Jesus back full of confidence as well after scoring a hat-trick tonight. So yeah, it's looking good.
It's a good headache to have, I think, for Mikel. I think Mikel will probably prefer it that way, where he's got a selection problem.
That's what you
Suddenly
want.
Gabriel Jesus putting pressure on Kai, for example, and then I think Trossard played quite well. He's always quite tricky today. Maybe Martinelli starting left wing, or
That's what you want. You want option. You want option, and even if you want to put Havertz back at the weekend, he might decide to put Jesus on the left. You've got options, you've got players now that are performing, and that's what Mikel wants. That's what he needs. He needs to have choices to make and decisions to make. So that's what the boys, they couldn't do more than what they've done in the second half to give him a headache for the weekend and make him make the decision.
Now, also, we never like to concede, of course, but I feel like we have to have a little shout out. If we're going to concede, Eddie, a nice header scoring for Palace isn't too bad. I'm sorry, David Raya, by the way. If you're watching in the changing room right now, in the celebrations, I'm sorry. But how nice is it? Well, like Eddie, obviously, very, very fond memories here. We love him as a player. So for him to get his kind of career going at another club, unfortunately it was against us, but still, a goal's a goal. And for someone like him as well, like to get his confidence up, it must mean a lot.
Yeah, I know what it means to score against Arsenal, because when I left, I did. And
what was that like, though?
Listen, the goal's a goal, man. When you're a goal scorer, you just celebrate goals. This is what you do for a living.
Of course,
this is what you enjoy doing. And as much as you love the club that you played many years for, now you just don't play for that club anymore. So you obviously got to give everything you can for the new club.
Head down, just do your job. I don't know about you, I'd find it so difficult.
I was gonna say we're being too polite. The guy's celebrating. I was waiting for the. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But he's still celebrating.
He took his shirt off and then.
No, I didn't. No, you just. you don't feel bad. You just like, it's one of those things. You just think it's a bit of a shame because you think I should be playing for my club.
Yeah.
And I've had to go to get game time, and then you end up scoring against that club. So obviously there is a part of you that feel, you know, should not be happening. But then, you know, this is the thing. You just think, well, I've had to go, and now.
What else are you supposed to do? You know,
that's it.
Exactly.
That's what I do. That's what I want to do, is score goals. So unfortunately, I couldn't do it for Arsenal enough. So I've got to go somewhere else.
Don't worry. We forgive you. We forgive you. We're over it. We're over it. Also, just a last little word on that second half. Was there anything in particular that you guys saw, you, Jez, that you were particularly happy about, especially going into the weekend playing against them again? Anything that stood out?
Best moment for me was at the end there, conceding that corner. Could have been nervy. The team know they've conceded a couple of goals.
Yeah.
We can still beat this team. We've put 3 past them. Let's not concede now. Raya comes up, punches it clear into 80 yards of space.
Full of confidence.
Full of confidence. The momentum is there now to go there, not concede, and you know we can. I think we'll put 4 past these. I predicted 4. Predicted 4. We got 3. I reckon we'll go and do the business now.
Okay, 4. Yeah, that's. Hey, if any more predictions, you're more than welcome.
And we won't concede, I don't think, either now.
You think a 4-0?
With the starting
Palace
team.
are in some good form at the moment. I mean, maybe not anymore, but...
They crumbled today nearly. You know, it was a wonder goal from Eddie Nketiah, by the way. Hats off to
yeah,
him.
it's an unbelievable header.
Just wanted to say as well that it shows how important it is for us to have like an Odegaard or a Declan Rice in there, because it's like as soon as Odegaard came on, that's when everything started changing. So I feel like going forward, I think putting one of them 2 in is just something that we definitely need to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I guess, Bo, as you were saying before the game, like the first 11 was so different, especially going forward. We've even, you know, at times this season, for example, struggled even with, you know, Odegaard in the side, obviously coming back from injury. He's a little bit fatigued and trying to get back up to the pace of play. So even without him, it was maybe always going to be a struggle. But to see him come on, change the game as he did, and obviously Gabriel Jesus coming on and getting, how happy are we for him to finally get some, because he's such a, he's a great guy, obviously, but he's, you know, you can tell, you watch him play and you're like, I think he's so good. It's just that maybe, is it the confidence? Is it, what is it, do you think?
Yeah, it is. It's just one of those things, you know, the best striker in the world get through a period when they just can't score. For me, as long as you create chances, that's the most important thing. It's when you don't have any more chances during the game, that's when you've got to worry about. I mean, there's something wrong. But as long as you create chances, you're going to end up scoring, finding your form again. So, you know, as long as you keep getting in front of goals and shooting and getting chances, then it will end up, you know, carry on scoring.
Amazing. Well, after a win like this, obviously we'd love to keep talking, but the main thing, we're through to the semi-final, the last 4 of the Carabao Cup. So maybe this is our season. We can get some silverware under our belt just before winning the Premier League title as well. It is, isn't it? It is, isn't it? There we go. There we go. But everyone, thank you so much. Guys tuning in at home, this has been live from N5. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time at the Emirates Stadium.